just waiting for the bus. The 259 bus to Macquarie Centre. Need to go to the locker. Maybe go to a cafe, get some breakfast, and so it's about a 50-minute wait. Given a Saturday morning. So just standing on, I don't know, it's just Lane Cove. No, it's not Lane Cove Road. I think it could be Epping Road, kind of the main road, or Delhi. No, I think it's Delhi Road actually. No, it's Delhi Road, yeah, because it goes to 259, which goes to Chatswood down Delhi Road. So wearing the T, the MIT. No pun. No, it's actually you can see it's got the equation. So M E over C squared, the famous Einstein equals MC squared. Square root of -1, of course, I being a complex number, and some chemical equation. I don't know, PV over NR. I think it's, what is it? Where T is temperature, P I think is pressure. I know V volume or something like that. Quite a famous chemical equation. So yeah, wearing this. I had it stored in my locker for a while. I wasn't traveling with this T-shirt, which is why I managed to wear it. And of course, MIT backwards is Tim. So if your name was Tim, you could potentially wear this T-shirt and say that you write your own name on your T-shirt. It's fairly cryptic, isn't it? It's kind of MIT backwards Tim, and the MIT is written in kind of a mass chemistry physics equation. So it's very cryptic. But at the same time, Michael Klim, he writes his own name on his milk. Klim backwards milk. So that in itself is fairly cryptic. So I don't know. Maybe you could walk around with if your name was if you were Michael Klim, or if your last name was Klim. I don't know whether you sort of walk around with just a carton of milk or something. What else to get onto? Yeah, E equals MC squared. Yeah, the most famous equation in physics. Some people would argue, and yet it's so simple. It's a very simplistic equation. But so is the Nash equilibrium. The Nash equilibrium is also very simplistic, and you could argue, well, if it's so simplistic, why didn't von Neumann, Morgenstern, in their somewhat groundbreaking book on the theory of economics, theory of economic behaviour, when was it published? 1950s or even earlier. And of course, they came up with the minimax theorem in zero-sum games, but not the Nash equilibrium. The Nash equilibrium applies to non-zero sum, in particular, more two-person non-zero sum, and also does apply to, it generalizes to zero sum as well. So I don't know, simplistic works very well. Then of course the Baron, I don't know, 5 years ago or so came up with, or 10 years ago, came up with the Kelly equilibrium, which applies when you got risk. When you got risk in typically zero sum, it makes sense to use the Kelly. So you multiply the Nash by the Kelly betting fraction. And could you generalize that to non-zero sum? Yes, you could, but it's got very high levels of complexity. And I want to get back to that problem. And talking on John Nash. So yeah, Barron went to Princeton University, where John Nash typically would work out, and as depicted in the movie, the Beautiful Mind. I couldn't actually get into the office, so I went to the office where John Nash was working, but it was kind of blocked off. Well, it wasn't blocked off, but it was sort of like they had like a reception, and there was like offices behind the reception, so you couldn't really get into the actual office itself. So I was just outside I guess the set of offices and in the corridor, but not in the actual office. And the other thing is, for some reason, the Baron didn't go to. You remember the fountain? Remember that fountain where John Nash was walking around at kind of the end of the movie? And for some reason, I don't know, I wasn't thinking. I didn't actually go to the fountain. And so why not sort of turn Princeton into a tour? Why don't they do a tour like they do in, say, Harvard? You have a tour. of Princeton University, and you could then cover the famous landmarks as depicted in the movie A Beautiful Mind of John Nash. So you could walk into the office, you could go to the fountain and other particular sites. In fact, I remember going on the William Bragg's Nobel Prize winner physics, very early 17 or something. And I went to the actual office. It was at Adelaide University of Adelaide, and went to the actual office. Just checking, is that my bus? No, I don't think it is. No, it's not. It's not my bus. And I went to the actual office that William Braggs actually worked in, and did a tour. It was a William Braggs tour of Adelaide, of the University of Adelaide. So want to have a tour. Want to have a tour around Princeton University, and for the same reason, the Einstein's house is close to Princeton, and people drive past Einstein's house and they stop and have a look, but it's private residence, and so why not turn that into a museum of Einstein's house? I mean, I don't know. Everyone's going to go there. It is a commercial. It is a market, and would be very, very popular. So, yeah, I don't know. Just a bit disappointed, I guess, because I went all the way to the US. I then had to catch I was staying at Philadelphia for a week, and then had to catch a separate train, a day trip from Philadelphia to Princeton. Could have been an hour and a half traveling, and then went back to Philadelphia, and wasn't able to see the John Nash office or stand in the John Nash office, and wasn't able to go inside the Einstein's house, although I was obviously, touching it as such. But so yeah, just things to keep in mind. But yeah, a trip to the US is worth it. Go to Princeton University, Boston, Philadelphia, DC, New York. You can then make the loop to Canada, to Toronto, to Montreal, Old Quebec City, of course, via Niagara Falls, and many other big features. I don't know. Maybe go to Vegas on the way back. I don't know. You got Grand Canyon. You've got was it Empress Canyon, and of course Vegas itself with some of the nightclubs, Park MGM. Off the record, probably the best nightclub that the Baron has been to. And then LA is certainly worth a week in LA. I only had the Baron had a couple of days, but definitely a week in LA. You can go to Beverly Hills, you can go to Hollywood, you can walk the Hollywood Fame, you can go to the beach, you can see the skateboarding. It's a trip in itself. But yes, the Baron did it over 3.5 months. I would recommend probably at least 2 months if you want to do it properly. Okay, I think I got about 5 minutes now to the bus. So, oh yeah, I was gonna didn't actually get time to talk about Ash Barty, but maybe next time. Okay, that was the Baron Breaks. 15 minutes. Maybe not talking Ash Barty, but nevertheless, I think very informative.